because I'm going to be a little animated today, I'm going to see how this holds up. Blah, 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 blah. I'm using my hands a lot because I'm Italian. Okay, hi, it's me. I've been gone for a month and I have so much to share that I'm bursting because it turns out once you take away so much external input, so many distractions, you like all of that creative energy really does just funnel back into your isness, and you just can't help but like want to make stuff because you get bored. You give yourself an opportunity to get bored, which is kind of crazy to think about in this day and age because, yeah, being bored requires you to not be exposed to the usual flood of information. Taking this month has allowed for kind of the last 2 years of my life, which have been extremely turbulent, to come into focus and for me to make sense of those 2 years. And when you compare those temporal scales, 1 month making sense out of 2 years, that's crazy. That's incredible, actually, and I'm very proud of myself. What has been happening in the last 2 years is that everything has been paring down to a point of focus or a couple points of focus, right? So I started losing everything in June 2023. My ex and I separated. I had to leave. I had to go back somewhere that I did not want to go. I had to pare down some things. When I left there, I had to pare down even more, and then I was like boom, boom, boom in a bunch of different houses, so many different houses. I moved so much, and that was crazy. And yeah, with each move, there's like less and less belongings. In the past week especially, I just started getting rid of everything. Like when you move as many times as I have, you notice what follows you and what you don't use. If they're staying under the bed, that's probably some sort of symbolic thing, sort of measure to let you know how much you actually need that thing. Even my digital life this past week, I've been pulling myself out of iCloud, which is a nightmare. Don't ever get on iCloud. I took almost all of the photos on my phone, except for maybe the ones that I took in the past month, maybe a little less, and I put those on an external hard drive to prevent myself from going back into the past. Because I noticed that I would go and look at pictures of my ex or look at these old times that I missed of like, oh, I wish I could have that life again. No, this is the life that I have now, and I am going to be centered in it, God damn it, you know? And yeah, that's been interesting because I do still open up the photo app and like try to scroll back and it's not there anymore. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is what we were doing for ourselves. And yeah, as a result of all of this paring away, as a result of all of this pulling my focus into these desired areas, which I haven't even stated yet, but I'm about to, it has been unavoidable for me to pay attention to my music. I'm gesturing towards the new synthesizer that I bought for myself. It is so good. I love it so much, and I'm like, why didn't I do that for myself sooner? Like, it's made things so much easier for me to have a keyboard again. So yeah, pouring my energy into music and also pouring my energy into writing, into making videos, into just kind of any artistic form of expression. And I also had a couple of really good breakthroughs about the style of my expression, which I noticed was getting just tossed and turned by my exposure to social media and people who are asserting their ideas to me interpersonal, like former friends and some current friends. And I'm like, actually, yeah, no, I don't need that. That's not Lucia. I understand. that you know how to care for yourself and what has worked for you, guess what? It don't work for me. No offense. Very much my own human being, and you're very much your own human being, and you have to find what works. And so, yeah, artistic expression and language, actually, because I feel like other people have noticed this more than I have noticed it, which is, it probably says something that I'm a huge language nerd. You know, I speak French, and now I am learning Japanese, and that's been so... I finally just got over this sort of like beginner's hump, I'm calling it, and into a place where I'm like, oh, okay, now we just put together the pieces, and the vocab and the grammar and the kanji all are going to make so much more sense. And yeah, that's been super exciting and really, really gratifying. And I've noticed, I was sort of just processing this morning, that like in regards to this pull towards these areas, music and art and language, my joy does not come from actually showing up and doing those things. Showing up and doing those things is usually a very uncomfortable thing for me to do. Learning a language is very uncomfortable, and you feel so stupid all the time, and you have to fight that voice in your head that tells you to stop, but you're like, one day I'm gonna not be stupid. And sitting down and writing a song and listening to the same goddamn loop over and over again for like 200 times in a row, God, that's grueling. My joy does not come from that. What my joy comes from is the dedication, the commitment that I have to that day after day, seeing the results of that commitment start to really blossom and take hold, because those results start to become really ingrained patterns of like, oh, I can suddenly read hiragana like it's my language. That was crazy to me the other day. I was like I didn't really need to think about what the symbols meant. It was just like, I know, and I was so proud of myself. Oh my God. Because it's one thing to like know those characters and how to write them and what they mean, and then it's another thing to just have it. And it's also so gratifying to be able to kind of like I just wrote a song yesterday. It's in rough draft mode for sure, but it really sounds like old Lucian, my Wings album in particular. And I was just like, whoa, that's so nice to like listen to something and know that that's me, to be focused enough to pull that out of myself. Oh, so good. Another thing that was really helpful to me this week is like, you know, people are always telling you, you gotta find your why. You gotta find your artistic why. Why are you doing this? And I was like, trying to find this really heady answer to that question. And I had one, but it wasn't satisfying me. I was like, okay, I feel like this answer is trying to be like other answers, and that's not my real one. I think my why is why not? I think my why is why not do it? Why not? In the theater of the absurd that is human existence on this earth, why the fuck not? Like, it doesn't need to be so serious. It can be, and you can take certain parts of your work seriously. I definitely do. Especially my visual art, for some reason. I take that so much more seriously than other forms. Everything you do doesn't have to have like a manifesto behind it. Like, it can just be an impulse that you listen to and respond to and take the necessary steps to reach that thing. And I think this might be kind of my last little download that I've gleaned from this past month of to get to the thing that you want, to get to those results, you just gotta show up every day. You just gotta do a little bit. Not a lot, you don't have to do a lot of it every day. It is really just a little bit. You just got to do the concrete steps. Don't. I do believe that there is something to a mysticism around things coming to you. But I don't think that those things happen by thoughts alone. And so I think that you really just have to make your practice a true practice. And then somehow things start to weave together to bring about your desired results. But yeah, I don't think that those are going to exist without the really concrete steps. What's the satisfaction in not experiencing the process? I think that there's an argument to be made for valuing discomfort. I remember I made a piece of artwork that said something along the lines of like, suffering is absolutely instrumental to my growing as a human. And somebody commented like, why are you so attached to that? And I'm like, or like, is it really suffering or is it something else? I'm like, and that distracted me, that did. And now that I've pulled away again, I'm like, no, that's Lucian. Whether I like it or not, that's Lucian. That's his pattern. Everybody kind of has their own interesting karmic patterns that their life follows. They have this sort of orderly directions, programs that they follow, and they're all going to be a bit different. And I think some things just really don't change all that much, in that I'm probably going to be a pretty melancholy person all of my life. And that's fine. There are parts of that I really like, and of course there are parts of that I don't. Particularly, I love the visual representation of that part of myself. Maybe that's why I value that and take that a little bit more seriously than other things. Just like, that's a really deep part of myself that I can't run away from. And so I kind of like to honor that in a visual way. But yeah, all that to say, it's been an eventful 4 weeks, and if you need to take time to recover yourself as an artist, you do that. You don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If you have those little nagging thoughts in your head of like, hey, I think this is actually starting to get uncomfortable in a way that is not serving me, referencing distraction, pull away. Just do it, because really good things will come after that. It will be definitely uncomfortable in a new way, uncomfortable in a way that does serve you, but you'll get over it. You'll get over it. Just give yourself time. What's going to happen? You're not going to be taken down by lack of Instagram. What the fuck? Like, yeah, you're stronger than that. You're definitely stronger than that. Please believe in yourself. Please believe in yourself and your capacity to have self-discipline. Just because you haven't tried it all that much doesn't mean it's not going to happen for you. Or it doesn't mean that you won't be able to build up to that eventually. I love you. I value you. Thanks for listening to me talk. And I'll see you later.